Hey everyone, it's Brett with your weekend update here, your weekly update on crypto. I was traveling a bit, so getting it out a little bit late, but we have some important things to cover. So I want to go ahead and dive into that, and I'll share my screen, and then we will cover everything that's happened here this week. Definitely an interesting week. I'm going to keep it short here today, but we'll cover the high points. So I'll kill the camera so you guys can see it better. I just wanted to give you a little wave as usual, so let's dive in. All right, monthly chart, 4-hour chart of Bitcoin. These, we'll get to the monthly in a minute. The scenarios that I've drawn here, I drew last week as the likely scenarios. And so this one here has been invalidated here because we obviously pushed higher. Some were saying there was a short squeeze, entirely possible. But this level here, certainly some money coming into the markets. So the two scenarios that are still valid, I would say, are this one and that one. So the reason I think we could pull back in a little bit, we'll look at it on the daily as well on our custom oscillators and even the stochastics. So, but if it does push higher, I think 23,000 would be the first resistance level just because of the prior resistance back here and here. So we draw that out a bit. We've seen this as an important level. Okay, so that would likely pull back a bit here, and then 25,000. Let's just dive out and come back to that. Here we are on the monthly here. We can see very bullish pattern here. As I was suggesting, we had the bullish engulfing doji right off of this rising trend line support, and we're pushing higher here. So I do think we put in a short-term bottom, and this area here still a danger zone right around 25,000. So if you're a more conservative investor, then you may want to wait for a pullback. Putting in some higher highs and higher lows is a good sign, however. And so we'll take a look at the other scenarios that are possible here. It does look like the MACD is rolling up higher, certainly what we'd want to see to counteract what we saw back in here where we had the big drop off. So also the RSI here, I'm going to look at it on the weekly basis more, but here we have this pushing higher again, as I suggested, sort of double tested here on the all-time lows on the RSI on the monthly basis, but it looks like it's pushing higher. So we want to see that break up above. And again, more conservative investors may want to wait for that as a signal. And that's really all I wanted to look at here on the monthly. We've been kind of watching this fractal pattern here that I drew from the 2018-2019 cycle and just extended it out. So we can see it's kind of starting to play out a little bit similar. And so we'll keep an eye on that. Another view of this is, of course, this one on the weekly, pushing up into the bull market support band. So does look bullish here. Nice volume coming back into this market. So again, the 23,000 probably act as some resistance because of that moving average, the weekly moving average, and that one is the 200 weekly. So if we just show you that, I'm not sure why that's not coming up. I'll pull it up over here. And let's see, a number of these are on the chart, but I believe it's this one. Yeah, the 200 weekly moving average. So that'll be some resistance. But at that point, we'll be above the bull market support band, also a good thing. So, we may have put in a bottom here. Some are saying that. I think it does look that looks like we have in the short term. Doesn't mean we couldn't see another shoe fall, however. And some people, including very smart people like Chamath, the billionaire investor from Facebook, saying that, we could see lower lows in the S&P. I was watching last weekend, it was Michael Burry, saying that we could see another 50% drop on the S&P. So that's concerning just based on what he's seeing in the economy. So we want to be careful, and we want to remember still in this downward trending channel. So I think it's a tradable bottom. We should see some continuation. We're seeing some nice bounces on the altcoins. And so let's see, I will just do one thing here. Pull up the ERI here. So we've got a double ERI. That's our early reversal indicator. And this also, the trend strength indicator that we have that is pushing up above that 20 line. So I've been saying, very important, this does indicate further follow through on the weekly basis. So I do think we'll push higher into that 23,000, possibly 25,000 range. And we'll see what happens from there. So let's just dive over here to the daily. And seeing the similar pattern, so this is what I drew again last week, and just as I kind of forecasted, let me turn off the ERI here to make it a little cleaner, and pushed up higher to this resistance trend line, pulled back, pushing up toward it again. So if it breaks up above that, again, that 23,000 level here, where that could be some resistance, maybe cycle back and then push higher, or we could just break on through it. Bitcoin often does this when it bottoms, as it just shoots up higher and people don't get the initial pullback that they're hoping for. So that's a battle I wanted to cover on Bitcoin here. We could take a quick look at the other alts and look at Ethereum and the overall markets. So I'll just switch this over here to our crypto master list. My other list here, ETH Dominance, I had a nice push higher here, so it's kind of waiting for this to continue higher. I think, could see that pullback again and then really rocket higher. That's what I'm watching for, and we will cover it here every week so that we don't miss it. But if you want to be ready for that, a pullback on ETH Dominance and then to that line could really see it take off. And pardon me, so we're seeing that a little bit of stagnation there, overbought on the daily to TSI, and so I think some pullback here probably likely, but it's strong. It's higher lows and higher highs in a new trend, upward trending channel, so I like that very much. And then total market cap back above $1 trillion. That's that magic line in the sand. Really need to see it come up and come back and retest it though. So I drew this as well. So if we pull back to this line and then rocket through it, that's what you want to be watching for. That's what we want to be watching for. So certainly some good looking charts here, but still hitting resistance on the altcoin market. I think we do need to see another pullback to support, and then that'll give it the trampoline effect to really shoot up higher. So in terms of any coins we want to be watching, things are pulling back in a little bit today, some profit taking, things are a bit overbought. One I wanted to just highlight is Polygon Matic, great looking chart, breaking out of its cup and handle pattern here. To switch over to my other list here, my active trader list, and so a couple ones that we've been watching. Haven Coin, really like that. That bottoming down in this range like this, pushing up higher above resistance. Probably going to see a little pullback, but these pullbacks are great opportunities to get back into these markets. Just taking a look here, RUNE as well, breaking up above the downward trading wedge. And Fantom Coin was one I picked last month, recommended on October 1st, breaking higher and breaking out. Great project there. I'm not going to go through all of these. We do have some of these covered. We do have a group that we cover all these in that is somewhere else, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Where's Matic? I want to talk about here, Polygon. Nice cup and handle pattern. So see this cup handle. The handle was a nice long one too. The longer the handle, the bigger and better that breakout. So this is one to keep an eye on here. I love that chart pattern. And so turn that off. And my radar is all green. Love to see the radar green on these. So this is a very bullish indicator that we created for all time frames. And on the 4 hour, a little bit bearish here, but just pulling back, profit taking. And so really love to see these chart patterns starting to follow through on these charts. And so again, today down a little bit, probably see some profit taking on many of these, pulling back. What you want to watch for is that pullback to support, but overall is looking pretty good here, at least in the near term. So hopefully that helps and you guys enjoyed that. If you feel free to like and subscribe, or please like and subscribe down below. And what I was meant to say is feel free to add your comments and anything you want to look at here, and we'll try to cover that here next week as the markets come back around. All right, we'll have a great weekend, everybody, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.